We all know that the best things go first. If you have ever tried to go to the pumpkin patch and get a pumpkin the day before Halloween, you show up and the pumpkins that are remaining are typically the worst ones. Or for Christmas, if you're like me and you're late to the game and you're one of the last ones at the Christmas tree parking lot to get a tree, all that's remaining are the Charlie Brown Christmas trees. They add a little bit more character. But that's because all the best ones go first. And same thing when it comes to the housing market. If you're looking online and you're looking at a home and that days on market of a home for sale is creeping up and it's higher than your actual area, the homes that are selling in your area, the first thing that comes to mind is what's wrong with this home? And the second thing that comes to mind for buyers who are interested in buying that home is, oh, I can get a deal on this home. What price can I really get this home for? And so if you're thinking about selling, you do not want to be in that situation. And this is where our pinpoint pricing analysis comes in. We really want to help you prevent from pricing too high, but then also pricing too low. If you price too high, you won't get enough showings and you won't get enough offers. And if you price too low, the person that buys it might think they are overpaying, and then that might bring some trouble down the road. And so with our pinpoint price analysis, it's absolutely free. You're obligated to nothing, and it's just free advice for you on how to actually position your home to get the most amount of money in the least amount of time. And what you do really want to end up with is the auction effect. You do want people tripping over themselves to get into your home and to bid on your home. But again, you don't want to price too low. You don't want to price too high. You need to find that right balance. And so here's our process for the pinpoint price analysis. Step number one, we come into the home and obviously we just take a look. We see the condition of your home, and that way we are able to make recommendation. Also, we ask you your motivation. On a scale of 1 to 10, how motivated are you? How energized are you to prepare your home for sale? If you are full go, you've got the energy, it takes a lot of work to get a home ready to maximize the profit. And some people are there. Some people are like, hey, just tell me everything I need to do. I'm going to get it done. Get me top dollar for my home. We're going to make this thing happen. Other people are on the other end of the spectrum where they say, hey, I am not doing anything. I'm selling as is. I don't even want showings. I don't want this. I don't want to just sell my home. Great. We got a buyer for you. We got all cash offers that we could bring with no showings, and you can move on your time frame. But most people are somewhere in between, right? Whatever stage of life you're in really determines that. And we need to know that so we can help give you that pinpoint price analysis that caters to your motivation. And now listen, our goal is just to make suggestions. In the end, it's really your home. And so you decide how you proceed, but we're going to do our best to give you those suggestions and recommendations also based off of your motivation. Step number two is to provide an actual market forecast. And unfortunately, what most people do is they look at history. They look at 6 months ago, what were homes selling for, and then they get their numbers and they base your home off of numbers from 6 months ago. And that's the typical old school way of doing real estate. And that's not what we do. We believe that you not only need to look in the past, but you need to know what's going on in the present, and you need to be able to forecast what is going on in the future, near future. And so that's what we do. We go over these data points with you to do our best to give you that pinpoint price analysis to get you the most amount of money in the least amount of time. Looking at what homes sold for 6 months ago, that could be out of date depending on what is happening currently right now in the market. Right now, as I'm recording this, we have extremely high interest rates. Interest rates just went even higher. There's a lot of doom and gloom for the forecast. Whereas 6 months ago, the interest rates weren't as high, right? And so the market has shifted. It has changed. What is happening today in this moment should carry just as much weight as what happened before. But then also, where are we going? If I meet with a seller right now and they're not ready to sell at this moment, but maybe they're looking 3 months down the road, 6 months down the road, hey, let's forecast. Let's see what's going. Are interest rates going to stay here? Do we think they're going to drop? What's a good ballpark number that we can come up with? And so past, present, and future is what we provide you with, the forecast, so you can be properly prepared for when your home goes on the market. We do the hard work of getting that data point that's happening right now. That is not easy. Most people have access to what happened 6 months ago, but what's happening right now, the numbers that aren't being reported, how many people came into your neighbor's home, how many downloads disclosures were downloaded, how many offers were made. There may have been 10 offers, but the first place offer blew everybody out of the water, and the second place offer might have been $200,000 less. That's a major data point that we need to know. And if you're putting your home on the market and you're just down the street, guess what? There might be 9 other buyers looking to buy, but that second place offer was 200,000 less than your neighbor, right? We need to know those kinds of things. Those are the kinds of things that aren't readily available online. And so we do the hard work of finding those things out for you, so you have the most up-to-date information when you are trying to price your home accordingly. Included in that is also what is happening in your city. Here in the Silicon Valley, this is a massive area, and city to city can differ depending on the kind of home that you live in. Starter home, luxury home, in between, somewhere in between, good schools. Maybe the school's a little bit less rated over here, but it's right next to over here, and maybe you can get an exception. And all these kinds of things play into it. So city to city, it varies. And us being born and raised here in Silicon Valley, we know this area very well, but we need to know what is happening. What is the absorption rate in your current city versus the one next door? Because that may not apply to you in your home. And so we do our best to make sure to provide you all these data points, past, present, future, and then also what is happening in your city at that current time. So again, just to conclude, listen, these are just our suggestions. Our job is just to provide expert analysis, expert advice for you, to come alongside you and do our best. We do this every day. Obviously, we sell in hundreds of homes, and so we have great insight, and our job is just to provide you with that information. In the end, it's your home. We proceed how you would like to proceed, and you make the final decision on how you would like to market your home. And you just let us know that. We'll give you these suggestions, and we will give you a guaranteed price, a price that we will guarantee for your home, a suggested price, a price that we think we can actually obtain. And then we listen to your input. How would you like us to proceed? Do you have a different price or a different strategy in mind? And then you let us know how you would like to move forward. And so that's our pinpoint price analysis process. Listen, if you would like a free, no obligation pinpoint price analysis, feel free to call or text us anytime. You can ask about any of the guarantees that we give, the service that we give, or if you would just like the number. So it's absolutely free. You can call us, text us anytime to schedule your consultation for our pinpoint price analysis.